Stauffenberg lands in Berlin, where he expects to find an army coup in progress.
When Stauffenberg arrives in Berlin, he's still unaware that Hitler is alive after all.
Stauffenberg gets his first hint that something has gone terribly wrong.
There's no car waiting for him at the airfield. He gets very impatient. It takes another hour before he arrives at the army headquarters in the Wendlerstraße. In the meantime, the coup is unraveling fast.
Even though a 2-pound bomb exploded at his feet little more than 2 hours ago, Hitler prepares to meet the Italian dictator, Mussolini. Although he is in some physical pain, his narrow escape has triggered a fundamental change in his outlook.
Ich glaube daran, dass wenn am Sieg bisher schon gezweifelt hat, plötzlich doch noch mal den Zipfel einer kleinen Gewissheit gesehen hat. Vielleicht ist das Schicksal auf unserer Seite.
Hitler greets Mussolini with his left hand, since he can't raise his injured right arm. Then he tells a shocked Mussolini, "Duce, I have just had the most amazing stroke of good fortune." He takes the stunned Italian dictator to the ruined meeting hut. Hitler shows Mussolini where he stood when the bomb exploded. The Italian dictator confirms that Hitler's miraculous survival is a sign that fate is on their side. After his delay at the airport, Stauffenberg finally arrives at the German army's HQ in Berlin. He reports to his commanding officer, General Fromm, and discovers to his horror that in his absence his fellow conspirators have done nothing. Even worse, he learns that the man he left at Hitler's compound, Major General Feldgiebel, failed to destroy the communication system there. Stauffenberg's commanding officer, General Fromm, delivers devastating news from Hitler's compound.
Fromm tells Stauffenberg that he has spoken to Keitel, who had assured him that Hitler was alive. Stauffenberg's response to that, Keitel has always been a liar.
Fromm, along with the other older officers, wants to abandon the coup.
Yet Stauffenberg does not lose his nerve and insists on continuing with the plot against all odds.
Stauffenberg sends a telegram to all regional commanders, telling them that Hitler is dead and that the army is now in charge. It is a telegram that should have been sent hours earlier.
For us, it's impossible to say now, at what stage he realized that the cause was probably lost. I'm sure there must have been the point where he realized it and still carried on pretending that either Hitler was dead or that it didn't matter. It was just the last chance that he could take.
While Stauffenberg struggles to keep the coup on track, news of the putsch is reaching the Allies. In Moscow, Stalin is shocked to learn of the attempt on Hitler's life.
Stalin had lived a life of high drama, but this must be one of the most dramatic moments in his career. Who is behind it? Were the Allies behind the attempt? Was the German army behind the attempt? This could change the whole course of the war. For the factions within the German army would surely be killing Hitler in order to make a deal with the Allies and to cut out Stalin.
An end to the European conflict will throw Stalin's plans into chaos, but it must surely be good news for the Western Allies. Prime Minister Winston Churchill is in his private map room. He is interrupted by intelligence officers, eager to deliver the latest reports from Nazi Germany.
There are rumors about an assassination attempt on Hitler.
But the news is not welcome.
Have we got anything to do with it?
No, Prime Minister. I don't think so.
At that moment, it seems that Hitler's death will cause more problems than it solves.
Mr. President, this assassination attempt in Germany.
When Roosevelt hears of the attempt, he is equally hostile.
Tell him to give a non-committal answer. We haven't had confirmation of the news. Why, this war isn't over yet.
The reason Churchill and Roosevelt react so badly to the possibility of Hitler's death is due to Roosevelt's long-term insistence that the war in Europe has to end with the total defeat of Germany.
Unconditional surrender was something Roosevelt was consistent on throughout the war, from start to finish. He never wavered.
After the last World War, every single German denied he started it. This time, we don't stop until it's over. They need to know they lost. Do you hear me?
He believed that only unconditional surrender would give him the leverage, the ability to completely reform, reshape German society.
While the Allied leaders struggle to digest the news, elsewhere, events are unfolding quickly.